Okay, welcome back everybody. So we're going to have new product announcements, which is usually an exciting part of KansasFest, for me anyway, starting with Charles Mangan. Take it away.
Hello. This first product is something that I've been shilling all week for David Finnegan. So if I've annoyed you about, hey, you asked for one of these, I've probably already got your pre-order and given it to you. But if you had asked beforehand about getting one of these at the show, I think I have 2 more people on my list. Otherwise, your book may go to someone else who gives me money first. This is the new Apple II User's Guide by David Finnegan. It is the 40th anniversary edition, so the new cover. But in addition to that, it is the KansasFest 2017 limited edition. And there are only 26 of these made with this cover. And that's the last that there will ever be, according to David. So get one while you can and commemorate the 40th anniversary of the Apple II and KansasFest 2017. You can see me at the vendor fair. They're $25, and it's quite a tome. So it's, let's see here, 774 pages of pure Apple II goodness. Now on to my stuff. The first thing that I'm announcing, I already talked about this on Wednesday night, but there weren't a whole lot of people there. This is the battery backpack for the Apple IIc. It gives you a 2.5 amp hour lead acid battery, 12 volts, charges with a simple brick, and plugs into the back of the Apple IIc. I'm sorry, it does not work with the IIc Plus or anything else for that matter. It sits underneath, it's a nice slim battery, so it sits underneath the handle when it lies on the table, so it's nice and flat. And depending on your use case, it'll give you up to, if all you're doing is running basic programs and there's no disk spinning, I've measured it about 2.5 hours, 2 hours, 15 minutes in testing, and that's without a monitor or anything attached. So that's the benchmark version of the battery test. It'll give you about an hour with a monitor and regular disk activity. Your mileage may vary. Yes, you can charge the battery and use the device at the same time. So that's handy, especially if the battery starts to get low. I'll have these. I have 3 of these in kit form to sell, and you can see me at the vendor fair for those. I haven't got instructions and stuff made up for it yet. Thank you, Ken. And I'm hoping to find some people that are handy and are able to do some basic instruction, but it does not require any soldering. So that was my goal with that. So there it is in action underneath the handle there. I've got some new 3D printed bits and pieces. This is the 2GS display to go with the 2GS Raspberry Pi case. These are actually sold out, but you can get those on my Etsy site. And then this I have new this year. It's a USB interface for the mouse card or the 2C mouse port, so you can plug a USB mouse into your Apple IIc or the 2E with the mouse card. It's usable, but the software is still beta, so I might contact you later on with a new chip, or if you have, if you're handy with an Arduino, just a program to flash onto the chip. So be aware that the software might be changing, but like I said, it's usable at this point. It's not perfected.
Will it work with a mouse card in a 2GS?
If you have a mouse card in a 2GS, it should work. I haven't tested that specific scenario, but if you're willing to test it, then go right ahead. And the code for this, if you want to help improve the code, is at my GitHub site, Option 8. It's github.com/Option 8 is all of my stuff. This is specifically under the RetroConnector things. And that is it for new products.
Thank you, Charles. Next up is Mark Pilgrim with a mystery thing.
My friend Ange Albertini. This is actually not my project at all. I just promised that I would present it for him. In his absence, he could not be here. But my friend Ange Albertini has put together a beautiful reimagination of some of 4AM's best write-ups called the 4AM Thology. This is the landing page. It's not easily Googleable yet, but presumably that will change. And links to this page where you can, which is in his GitHub repository, where you can find 41 write-ups for individual cracks, and they're all in PDF. They look like this. This one is for Gumball. Has a real table of contents, some screenshots, some box art, more screenshots, and so on. Little snippets of vectorized original vector art that Ange created. Burger Time has original reimagination from the box art of vector art that he created. Contents, screenshots, little icons, and so on. And then, you know, the actual 4AM write-up. And Ernie's quiz, similarly, with little Ernie bits poking at you during the I just love that. I'm just going to leave that there. Anyway, that's it, and 38 more. So 4AM Thology.
Just download it?
You may, they're all free. PDFs, standard PDFs. He's been testing them in, I believe, a Kindle as some sort of, you know, dedicated reader. They work great. No DRM. No, ironically, no copy protection on the PDFs. And this is, he would prefer that you link, you're going to talk about it, a link to this landing page on archive.org, which is just whatever, you can see it there, but it's, 4AM Thology is the actual part of the URL that changes up there. That's it. Thank you. And thank you, Ange, for all of the hard work. All I did was, you know, read through and a couple of minor formatting corrections and so on. And thank you to some guy named 4AM for the original.
Sometimes the write-ups are better than the cracks.
So I've heard.
Okay, so I am next up. I'm also presenting a new product announcement for someone other than myself. My good friend Seth Sternberger is the co-founder of the well-known chiptune band 8-Bit Weapon. And we are going to try to get him on a video call here and see how that goes. And if that fails, I can read the text of what he was going to tell you. Oh, we need audio. And video. Give me a second. Give me a second here, Seth.
Alright. It's not like you're on stage.
Alright, let's see. Why are we not hearing you? Talk again.
Testing 1, 2, 3.
Alright.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Great. Here's my hold logo.
right, go for it. They are listening.
All right. Hello, everybody. I wish you could be there in person to tell you this news. But
Uh-oh. Bandwidth.
so I worked with MJ.
Wait, hold on. Let's see if we can stabilize this. I'm going to try to turn off my video feed.
All right.
They moved everything around, of course. This thing?
Yeah, that.
All right, let's see
Alright.
if that helps at all.
Now you look like Hal.
Good? So far, so good. Give it a shot.
All right. So, a few years back, I want to say maybe in 2010, I met MJ Mahone, and he showed me the amazing 1-bit sampler that he created for the Apple II. And then a few years later, I met Charles Magin, that created an amazing MIDI device that would let me control the DMS synthesizer that I helped develop with MJ. So I got to thinking that something that's never been done and surprises me in the world of chip music is that nobody's made an all 100% off the motherboard Apple II album. And so that's what we set out to do. And so now today, each of you get a piece of the album that comes out today. It's called Class Apples, and it's classical music done in a kind of a synth disco style, all done with the Apple II using DMS synthesizer and Charles Magin's MIDI board, which, by the way, is also coming out next week when we put it out. Looks like this, and you attach it to your Apple II, and it'll let you control with any of your sequencing software your Apple II. You can use it like any MIDI module. So the album is 12 tracks of classical tunes that we've put our own spin on, and 5 of those tracks each of you get for free as a download. Martin will give them to you to enjoy. So yeah, that's the news. Thank you for having me, and thanks MJ. Thank you. Also Charles. So we hope to get these out to people in the next 2 weeks, the MIDI modules, and enjoy the music. Thanks for having us.
Thank you, Seth.
Thank you, Seth. I'm going to hang up on you now, and I'm going to play a 30-second sample so people can hear what this album is like. And hopefully it will not be too loud. We'll see. Passing out coupons. So, there's your 30-second sample.
Martin?
Any? Yes, question.
What is the name of that album?
Class Apples.
That's right, thank you.
By Charles.
Do you know what is this something that one could like use as a background on a video they put online without getting in trouble with him as the copyright owner?
I should have left Seth on the call. I'd say ask Seth. I don't know.
Okay, if you could ask him, that'd be nice to know.
That was by Charles too.
8-bit weapon.
What?
8-bit weapon.
8-bit weapon. All right. Next up, I believe.
I'd just like to add that product. I got an early prototype that, thank you, Charles, of that MIDI DMS box and used it here briefly at KansasFest last year to control a drum pad to trigger Apple II drum sounds, and it was so fun. It was great. So I'm super excited that 8-bit weapon are making it available.
Very cool. Okay. Do we have Javier?
Yes.
Your turn.
Oh.
Oh,
Because I get a computer, an Apple IIe. Yeah, I'm a needy guy, I'm sorry.
Would you like me to run and get mine? Wasn't there one right there? Oh.
2E or 2E plus, or 2E, I'm sorry. 2E. Let me see.
That one's not all together, Javier.
Sorry guys, I wasn't that.
Yeah, neither is he. Yeah. That one's not all together.
And if somebody had like a little program that I can show, what I want to show you guys is the Diamond Accelerator.
That's not all together. I don't have, I did not put it all back together.
Alrighty, okay.
If you power it up, I'll have to fix it again.
Well, if you want to come down for 2 seconds.
Why don't you just talk about the one?
Sure. So it's just gonna be quick. I wasn't really prepared. I've been showing it around during the days. So this is Plamen new accelerator. It's a very nice, hold on, new device. Is this little thing. What it does is you put this in any slot. I think I just turned it off, sorry. Any slot on the Apple IIe. And
Try this one instead.
sorry again. So you just put this on any slot of the Apple IIe, and it will accelerate it. What happens is that we'll take over the processor. And I'm not very technical, so you gotta apologize me again, but you know what it does. This is 65016. 65816. Exactly, with some extra memory included. So what Plamen told me is that what it does, it takes whatever it's in memory and actually put it in its own memory. That way, you can actually take the dial and move the dial and accelerate up to 16.6 megahertz. And we have showed around here, and it's very funny because any game, it just begins to go faster and faster and faster. And then you can click on it, and it will pause it. And the full computer will just stop it. And then click again, and it will run again. Then you can go down all the way to 0.2 megahertz. So actually, it can go really, really slow. So it's really, really nice. So far, I've tested at home with a lot of games, and everything runs. I tested with several cards in there, and it runs. So far, I haven't seen any issue. Other than that, I just got word from Plamen, and he posted on the 2E group, on Apple II group, that he just got the plaques, so he's starting production. So he will have it pretty soon.
How much will it cost?
$150 shipped.
Wow.
Anywhere in the world. So there you go, and if you guys want to play with it, just let me know. We connect it to any computer, and you can see it in action. It's amazing. All right, guys? Thank you very much.
Yeah, exactly.
Next up, we have Chris Torrance. This one seems to be working a little better than the other one. No rush. We have plenty of time. Okay.
Limited to 2 seconds each. All right. Hi, everybody. So I got a couple different things. Everybody hear me, hopefully?
I can turn you up, so
Okay.
don't worry about it.
So I'm selling copies of my Assembly Lines book that was written by Roger Wagner and that I edited. This is actually the second printing of it. So Roger found a new picture of himself, and if you look really closely, you'll actually recognize this picture. This is the one that was shown the other day with Roger and Steve Wozniak and Bob Clardy. So that's a new picture on the back cover. And I went ahead and took the opportunity to put in all of the corrections and errata that you guys had sent over the last couple years, and then made some tweaks to the appendices just to clean it up a little bit. So I'll have those for sale. The KFest, I think the mailing list said $15. They actually cost me $20. So if you're feeling sorry for me, you can give me $20. If you're not feeling sorry, you can just give me $15. And I'll be happy to autograph it for you if you want. Hi, I'm Michael Packard. Wait. Hi. So Michael Packard actually couldn't be here, unfortunately. He and I were supposed to carpool from Denver, but his wife had to have surgery, so he couldn't make it. If you don't know, many of you do know, he actually wrote a Apple II game, a brand new game called Alien Downpour, and this was definitely a labor of love for him. He's been working on it for about a year. It's all hardcore assembly language, very fast, it's very cool. So obviously I have t-shirts, and I have games with either a cassette and a floppy or just the floppy. And then he also has signs that he makes. So these are Apple II Forever signs. And so I'll be selling all of this at the vendor fair. Everything, each item is $20. Okay, so come and see me during the vendor fair if you want any of that. Any questions? Okay, and I have large and extra large t-shirts in multiple colors also. Cool. Thanks.
Thank you. Lovely. Next up, we have Brian Weiser.
Hi everyone. I just forgot to mention during my presentation yesterday with our books, besides the TurtleSoft, DOS 3.3 and ProDOS disk images that are freely downloadable from the books page on TurtleSoft, all the programs that are in What's Where in the Apple and Wozpack, those disks are now online, freely downloadable. Just go to books and the specific book, and it's listed under availability. So just wanted to make sure you knew about that. Thanks.
Okay. Yeah, we have time, definitely. Never tell Ken we have plenty of time.
Not nice. Hey, who did not go over in their lightning talks?
You were perfect, actually.
That's right. Hello. JuiceGS is the seller of the Opus products by the Byteworks. Last month we announced we are now also selling a product called Golden Gate by Kelvin Sherlock, who was at KansasFest 2013. This is a compatibility layer that lets you run Orca or Nomi compilers in your Mac, Windows, or Linux environment, so you can compile Apple II programs right from Xcode, for example. So that compatibility layer is available for $10 from our website, and it'll be available at the vendor fair as well. Thank you.
Any other new product announcements?
I have a question that
Oh, question. Go.
You know what it is, though. If I don't have Orca, can I use the layer?
Does the compatibility layer require the Opus products or Orca? So the compatibility layer works on both Orca and, is it pronounced Gnome or Nomi? Gnome. So it works with either one of those. So you don't need to have the Opus products. The Golden Gate product from Kelvin Sherlock includes an installer for the Opus products. So if you buy them both, it will automatically install Orca into your Mac or Windows environment, or you can build it yourself in Linux. So you don't need it, but it definitely works better with it, and you can buy them both together. So.
You can't compile or assemble anything unless you have.
Well, what's that, Jeremy?
You can't compile Z code or assemble assembly language without the Opus. So even with, it doesn't come. That doesn't come with any language.
Jeremy might actually know that product better than I do. Here, so.
Okay. Next up, we have Jay.
Thanks. I just have a giveaway here at the end. Everybody wanted one of these. It looked like one of the IC straighteners, so I have one of them to give away, and we're going to have a little contest here. So somebody will have to tell me what this tool is. It was a specialized tool, and that's the only hint I'm going to give you. No, not that tool. Let me see if I can put it on the screen here. Okay, let me go sideways here. I don't know if there's a better light.
No, that was good.
Okay.
Matt's face opener.
Hey, got it. He got it. Who was that? Charles. Okay. Charles got it right away. Charles, you win the IC pin straight.
Ooh, I could use that.
Yeah. So, just to show you how that works, there was actually a long Torx driver with this, and that goes into a screwdriver, and then that's how you took the screws off. And then you would actually put this in there. You would wedge it in between the case, and you would work it around the case, and it would pop it right off.
Cool, thanks, Jay. Any other new product announcements? Hearing none, it is time for us to embark on the disassembly of this room.